It's 10 o'clock and it's time for the council to be in session. Mr. Holden's here. We have 2 members present. Let me repeat that. Mr. Holden is here.
Press conference ended earlier today.
Who had that put on?
Yeah.
Who was that?
I marked it on there, but just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. So it should be and zone.
Yeah, to reflect zone and.
I don't understand, yeah.
It's 15 minutes after 10, and we have Mr. Alatorre, Mr. Holden, Mr. Ridley Thomas. We have four members present. We need 6 more for a quorum. Would the council members please come to the council chamber? Sergeant, we have 5 members present. Can you go see if you can find it's 20 minutes after 10.
Thanks for those tickets. Oh yeah, I'm sorry they lost, but well, they made a good run out. One good run, they had everybody scared to death. Then the guys started following them. It wasn't easy like that. They lost 2 guys. Zeb was right behind me. And you know he was pulling for him. So.
Do you have any idea how long? Only reason why I ask is because we have potluck lunch for wonderful members. Some fun things
I don't think we have much of an agenda.
you know Eloise? She's our receptionist. She has she's working all day. She has the meeting. Yeah, she's we wanted to bring her in. Thank you.
I'll take the credit.
There she is right there.
Took the blame last week. I don't know why you shouldn't take the credit today.
Would the council please come to order? Would the council come to order? We have some presentations, and so we're going to start with the presentations. But first, let me point out that this is a meeting of the City Council for the City of Los Angeles on the 22nd day of January 1999. There are 15 council districts in the city. The regular meeting days are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are currently being viewed by cable subscribers throughout the Los Angeles area on Channel 35, and we're also being monitored by council phone. So let me start with Mr. Holden. Mr. Holden was here first, and we're going to let him go first on the presentations.
The first of 15, Mr. President.
First of 15, yeah. 14, we got a vacancy.
Mr. President and members, I'm very, very pleased that we're going to honor a distinguished group of individuals, educators and community leaders who are in the process of contributing significantly to the business community within the African American neighborhoods. I would like to have those professors and friends and associates to come forward to the podium and join me.
The mayor called me personally and said it was going to be at the Central Library.
Mark found out about it. We went up to the mayor's conference room, and I went up there, and they said
Mr. President, members,
it's been canceled. They told us it was canceled.
this committee of individuals from the Korean American Management Association and also educators from the African American community is responsible for teaching approximately 800 Korean business entrepreneurs as to how to start a business, be successful in small businesses, and maintain the success that they achieve along the way. They're also instructed, Mr. President, to share the information, pass it on to other individuals who are aspiring to become successful business persons in the Korean community. And now, Mr. President, they are going to transfer and share this information to the African American community starting February the 9th at the Dorsey High School in my district, whereby they're inviting individuals who are now in business and those who are aspiring to be in business and have a successful business to come and participate in those seminars. Seminars will have subject matters such as orientation, entrepreneurship, employee motivation, effective advertisement, marketing practice, accounting and taxation, business banking, business law, human relationships, international trade, and of course they'll have a graduation after they've learned just how to do it all. We have a history in our country and in our community for sure, Mr. President, where those who start businesses, you have more sometime going into business, going out of business than going in, because they lack the skills and the training in order to make those businesses be successful. I'm going to present some certificates to the individuals who are a part of the team. But before I do that, Mr. President, I'm going to call on a few to speak. We also have an individual who is here, a group of people, Ms. Wax, and also Mr. Patrick McNamara from Hope in the Cities, where they're working in an organization called Hope in the Cities across the nation in every community to abolish segregation, discrimination, and establish reconciliation in relationships. So I'm going to ask Mr. McNamara to come forward and speak to us about what we're doing here today, planning to do in the African American community on February 9th at Dorsey High School, and also what his organization is doing. Mr. McNamara. Ms. Wax is also with him. Ms. Wax, Mr. Wax.
Thank you, Councilman Holden, and thank you for your great leadership in this endeavor. I want to especially thank Dr. Hong, Dr. Rhee, Reverend Wayman Baker, and everyone else who has been so involved in making this a successful start to a wonderful program. At Hope in the Cities, we are working through honest conversations to start to bridge the divide between the races in Los Angeles, in different cities throughout the United States. And we really appreciate the opportunity to work with you and others here in Los Angeles. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next person, Mr. President, members, is a constituent of mine who's from the National University, Dr. Deborah LeBlanc, who will give us a few comments.
First, thank you very much to my city councilman, Honorable Nate Holden, and to my associate dean, Dr. Bing Hong, and to Reverend Baker. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. As one wise man said, I've looked into the future, and the future is now. Now is the time for us to unite and to provide unity and leadership to those who want to start businesses, and we're very happy for this opportunity to be able to provide some academic preparation to help small business owners. Now is the time for leadership. Now is the time for unification. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So we thank you for your support again, Councilman Nate Holden.
Thank you. Comments also from Dr. Chase C. Rhee, Professor.
Thank you very much, Councilman. It's a pleasure for us to get together, teach African American how to conduct a business, how to stay business, how to become profitable. We have 6 years experience teaching Korean American small businessmen, and we have 800 graduates. So we acquired some knowledge and practical experience. I hope this education program continue and to help them stay in business and become profitable so that everybody become rich and to help you and everybody. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
And a few comments from Dr. Boing S. Hong, who's also one of the leaders in this effort, Mr. President.
Mr. President and honorable members of the City Council, it's our privilege to be here today, have some recognition by you and Honorable City Councilman Nate Holden. We Korean people, particularly the Korean Management Association and under the leadership of Dr. Rhee, we owe debt to African American people. As an immigrant to this country, we can go to any restaurant of our choice, any theater of our choice, any school of this choice, because those rights are earned and fought for by African American people before our time. It's our time now to pay the tribute and pay for that debt. So we, scholars and lawyers and business experts, decided to offer our expertise and knowledge free of charge to African American people. We have trained over 800 business people and entrepreneurs, as City Councilman Nate Holden said. So we like to basically teach African American brothers and sisters how to fish rather than giving them fish. I think this is the beginning of a long relationship between our brothers and sisters in this community. Thank you.
And Mr. Wax and Mr. President, there are just a few comments from Mrs. Wax. who's from the Hope in the Cities.
Thank you very much. Mr. Holden, we are so grateful for what you are initiating here. And we just ask that everyone appreciates the kind of thing you're doing. And this is going to be the beginning of a very real step forward in the community, I think, because the African Americans have so much to contribute, and working together with the Koreans, it's going to be marvelous. And as I said before, we are part of Hope in the Cities, which is a national organization, but we call our chapter here Healing the Heart of Los Angeles. And we love this city, and we thank all of you for all that you do.
And just before, thank you, Ms. Wags. Before I present the certificates, I'm going to call on the spiritual leader in the community who's associated with this program, Reverend Baker.
I want to thank the councilman. First of all, I'd like to piggyback upon what Dr. Hong said a few minutes ago and to add some things. Just to say that I appreciate what he said and I really honor it, but I feel personally that we are indebted to one another. And I'd like for everybody to know that this movement, as I called it, is not only geared up to one race of people, but to all that would like to come and would come. We thank you. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President and member and Reverend Baker. We're going to present certificates of accommodations to individuals who started and supported this program because they're most well-deserving. This is going to be the first one to Reverend Wayman Baker on your outstanding work as a member of the Korean American Management Association. On behalf of the 10th District, I join with the Los Angeles City Council in applauding your commitment and dedication to the Korean American community. Your exemplary efforts are worthy of high regards. Thanks for your furthering the goals, common goals of making our city a better place in which to live. And each one will be presented to one Reverend Baker to begin with.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Chung Tae Lim. Dr. LeBlanc. Ji Young Kim.
Thank you.
Benjamin Hong.
He's not here today. He's an Arabic president. He's not here. We'll deliver it.
You delivered?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Ning J. Kim. You deliver this one also? All right. Dr. Moon S. Ho.
Deliver that too.
All right. Dr. Kyung Y. Chang. You delivered this one too?
Yes. They're all teaching at this
Oh, they're teaching at this time. All right. Dr. M. Kyung Kim.
Also, he's teaching.
He's teaching?
All these teachers are.
Okay.
Lecture cannot-
Dr. Boeing S. Hong.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, we didn't leave anyone out, but I can tell you this, for those names that were omitted as of we speak today, they will be receiving a certificate as well. Once again, let's give these individuals a big round of applause for a job they well done so far, and bridging the communication gap between the Korean community, African American community, and sharing their business skill and talent with them. Thank you for coming down, and we will always applaud you for a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holden. Mr. Ridley Thomas, you have a presentation. Mr. Savornich, would you come to the council chamber? Miss Galanter, please come to the council chamber.
Mr. President, members of the council, I'd like to bring to your attention a very special effort for a very important cause. The American Cancer Society's annual Daffodil Days campaign, a community-based program to raise funds to support cancer research and to provide services for those who are fighting this disease. Here with us today are two guests who are integral to the national effort. And I'd like to introduce them to you. I begin with Yumiko Carr, if you would come forward, who is the Special Events Manager, and Irene Tamayo, who is the Special Events Coordinator for the American Cancer Society. Irene will tell us details about this most worthwhile effort, and I think you will want to be particularly attentive to this as it affects residents obviously throughout the city, but it gives a brighter note that we can all be involved in. Irene?
Thank you, Councilman Mark Willie Thomas. Good morning, my name is Irene Tamayo. I'm here on behalf of the staff and volunteers of the American Cancer Society. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to come here and share with you information on our 1999 Daffodil Days campaign. To the American Cancer Society and many people that are affected by this dreadful disease, the daffodil flower symbolizes hope, hope of a world free of cancer. During the months of January through March, volunteers all over the nation participate as sales representatives. These individuals collect orders for fresh cut flowers and other promotional items such as t-shirts, polo shirts, and dreamsicle figurines. On March 15, the orders will be delivered by volunteers to their appropriate designation. Also, as part of the program is our Gift of Hope part. The Gift of Hope is a donation of $15, and this donation will actually purchase a bouquet of daffodil flowers in a vase and will be personally delivered to a cancer patient throughout Southern California. We invite you all to join us in the fight against cancer to participate as sales representatives. We have handed packets to all of the council members. However, we do have some extra packets and information with us, so anyone interested, please feel free to ask. Once again, thank you for your time and attention, and we look forward to a successful campaign and a successful year.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Yumiko Carr, and I'm here also representing the American Cancer Society in support of the Daffodil Days program. And as Irene said, it's a nationwide effort, and it's a volunteer-driven effort where people take the day. This year it's March 15th, and they deliver flowers that have been ordered to appropriate areas, either city council offices, employees, but also sometimes donors will just make a general donation, and we'll go into hospitals and different service organizations and let them know that an American Cancer Society donor wanted you to have this bouquet of flowers just to support your effort in the fight against cancer. Proceeds raised from this event goes towards research, education, advocacy, and patient services. We do a number of different programs in the community to let people know that they're not alone. Oftentimes when people get their prognosis, they're not really sure what to do, and we're often called upon as a first point of contact to dispel myths about the disease and to also walk them through the process and let them know what options are available in their treatment decisions. So we just wanted to encourage your support, and thank you for having us here today.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, members of the council, I think we should give a big round of applause to both Ms. Carr and Ms. Tamayo. This is a very important undertaking. Many of us here in a variety of ways support research, and specifically the American Cancer Society. They are here to cause us to step up our efforts to alert us to something that inspires volunteerism, in the city that help people who are in need of help and to promote what is obviously a worthwhile cause. So let me just thank you both for being here and to say to you that we are encouraged by your involvement, and we will make our rounds to each of you now to share the packets with you so that you know specifically what it is you can do. Thank you very much, Mr. President, members of the council.
Thank you, Mr. Riley Thomas. Chair recognizes Councilman Hernandez for a special presentation.
Mr. President, members of the council, I have several presentations to make today. I hope you excuse me. A lot of people keep on asking what happened to my leg. I wasn't skiing and I wasn't playing soccer. I was just walking. And to make a long story short, I have a clear understanding of the difference of grade and separation of grade, because when I twisted my ankle, all my weight went on it, and that created a fracture. So, but besides that, I wanted to make sure I was here today to make some very special presentations for my office. When I first got elected to office, I used to stand at my desk and yell a lot about the crime going on throughout my district. But there was no area that I felt that crime was running rampant more so than any place else in the city than in the Rampart Division. And statistics, month after month, proved that out. Had the highest homicide rate by far. The reality is, TV news stations, when they wanted to show what was going wrong with the city, they'd go down to MacArthur Park. And the reality was the community felt very much that they were under siege. They felt hopeless. And the concept started basically of community-based policing, and I started talking about community-based city servicing. And I went to a lot of community meetings where basically the topic was always crime. And you need to know that I felt for the police officers who were trying to do a job with very limited resources, and that was one reason why I was hollering so loud about what they needed. And you need to understand that the police officers there were doing much more than just fighting crime. They were primary contact with the city of Los Angeles, whether it was regarding streetlights, trash not being picked up, streets not being swept, abandoned vehicles, children who are going hungry, no space for parks. The reality is the police officers were hearing all of this on an ongoing basis. And the officers who are here today are basically what we call the SLOs. They've been the senior lead officers of the Rampart Division. And I'm not acting just as one council member, but I'm also acting on behalf of my colleague, Councilmember Jackie Goldberg, and I think Councilmember John Ferraro, and probably Councilmember Nate Holden, who all share part of the Rampart Division. The reason I felt we should honor the SLOs, the senior lead officers, because now that we're going to a different system of policing, putting them back on patrol, and trying to make sure that community-based policing gets to a different level, is because today, what you need to know in the Rampart Division, the community feels that the city is a partner in terms of dealing with crime. I have senior lead officers here who led the movements to make sure the Field of Dreams, a soccer field, was built. I have senior lead officers here who basically organize community-based groups to stand up to drugs, to stand up to crime. I have senior lead officers here who provided a lot of hope and faith to the community of Rampart, Pico Union, Westlake, Silver Lake, Lafayette Park. Police officers who basically became very human in sharing with my constituents the fact that they had a partner in dealing with the issues of crime. And for that, I thought they should be recognized. And I'd like them all to stand, please, if they don't mind, because a lot of people don't see the work you do. I've had the opportunity to deal with many of these senior lead officers on basic community issues that weren't necessarily dealing with crime, but had a lot to do with crime. And I need them to know that they were the inspiration for me to continue fighting for resources for Rampart. But I also need them to know that on behalf of all the many MASHs, units, the More Advocates for Safe Homes, the Westlake Protectors, all those community groups that are out there, and not only the adults, but the kids of Rampart, they really appreciated your work, and I want to give each one of you a certificate for that. With them is also their captain, Robert Hansen, who's present, as well as their leader, Rick Ortega, the sergeant, but I have some certificates especially for the SLOs, if I could hand them out right now. We have one for Benny Alonso. Mark Archuleta. Jeffrey Graham. Julian Munoz. Christine Perkins. We're going to see a youth center out there one day. Jeff Perkins. Lauren Ranch. Amanda Serrano. You know, I always talk about the Field of Dreams when Amanda's around, but there's a soccer field on 3rd and Bixel that you all need to know. She led that movement with the Ketchum YMCA and so forth to make sure a soccer field was built on privately owned land, and 60 different corporations contributed to it. But that field is there not because of the city, but because of people like Officer Serrano. Thank you. Robert Vargas. Let's see this one a little bit. Kevin Webb. James Woods. Rick Morales. He's not here. Okay. Thank you. And I have a blank one here. Okay. Okay. I have Teresa Velez, who I wanted to come up.
Mr. Hernandez, there's some other members that want to speak, so.
Okay. And I just wanted to say, you need to know something. I've had this movement going on, and all my constituents have been calling about the fact that the SLOs are not going to be there. And we keep on trying to explain to them that we're moving community policing to a different level, and we're going to try and make sure that the sergeants and above are also dealing with them. And of all of you, I mean, you got my phone ringing off the hook, but Teresa seemed to got the most calls. I wanted to point that out because we were kind of keeping a little tab. And so for whatever reason, there was a campaign out there, and if she was running, she would be the winner. But I just wanted to again acknowledge Teresa Velez, and I want to read it if I may. This is recognition for outstanding service to the community and for exemplary efforts as a member of the Los Angeles Police Department, and it's presented to Officer Teresa Velez and to each one that I just presented. It's awarded as a certificate for outstanding accomplishments in police science profession for serving a civilian community with distinction and courtesy and embodying the highest degree of the motto for which the department stands, and that is to protect and to serve. And again, thank all of you for your work.
Mr. Alatorre, and then Mr. Holden, then Mr. Wax.
Mr. President and members, I just also want to just echo some of the things that Mr. Hernandez said. You know, Rampart is probably one of the most active of divisions that there is. The men and women that work there are just outstanding police officers, and you know, not enough credit is given to the senior lead officers, and I disagreed with the decision that was made to reassign them. I think that they serve an invaluable resource to the community. They've continuously, you know, really brought the community closer with the police department, and to their credit, I think that Mr. Hernandez is recognizing them. They deserve it, and they deserve more, and maybe there can be a time when we can come to our senses and do what we should have done, and that kept them in the job that they're doing. I believe in community-based policing, but I believe more in the work that these men and women do on a day-to-day basis to help fight crime and to teach people in different parts of the Rampart Division how to go about it, and they genuinely care. And example obviously was the soccer field, but there are so many senior lead officers in my district as well as in Rampart that are probably some of the most resourceful men and women that you ever want to find when it comes to trying to find a solution to a problem. So I commend all of the men and women of the Rampart Division.
Mr. President, members, I join with Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Alatorre, and each and every one of you in commending the senior lead officers who performed so well over the years. You are, in my view, the elite group among other elite groups within the Los Angeles Police Department. And all the credit that you are receiving, you have earned well. You have been responsible, in my view, for communicating with the community organizations, and they're sharing information with you about what's wrong in the community, who's doing wrong in the community, and without any commotion or anything of the sort, you've gone in and taken care of the problem. You're no longer there, I'm sure. We have to look for chance, theory of probability. You're likely to find a person or not find a person because you're not in constant touch with the neighborhood organizations. We are not micromanaging the police department as elected officials. For if we were, I'm convinced that this is one policy change that we would have Prop 5 by unanimous vote. I would hope that as time go forward, and those who are in the position to understand that the senior lead officers were more effective meeting within the community as senior lead officers, will decide to change and put them back into the communities where they have served so well. And I want to join with Mr. Hernandez once again and commend you. You do serve part of my district, and I thank you for a job well done over the years. I know you will continue to do a good job no matter what position that you serve in, but sorry to see you go. And before I sit down, Mr. President, I'd like to accept and welcome to the City Council Melina Ryman from the Los Angeles Youth at Work. They're visiting City Council today for Law and Policy Day. Let's give them a big hand as we salute also the senior lead officers. Welcome to the City Council chamber.
Mr. President, first I want to thank Mr. Hernandez for bringing the senior leads from Rampart here today. In doing so, you raise an issue. I think all of us want to bring all of our senior leads down from all the divisions. I don't represent Rampart, but I do represent North Hollywood, Van Nuys, Devonshire, and Foothill. And I can tell you that the feeling is the same in all of the communities. The senior leads in all 4 of the divisions have built a bond, a partnership with the community that's of extraordinary value to the city. You look at the public opinion polls now and you see the change in attitude that the people have towards the police department, and to a great degree it's because of the partnership and the efforts that have developed through the senior leads throughout the city. You know, I've had mixed feelings on this. You have someone in charge, and you have to let the managers manage. And I know that the chief really believes that the changes will bring us to an even higher level, and we have to give him an opportunity to make that work. But what I want to make very clear is that we also have to be willing to be open about this. And if it isn't working, then we have to be willing to change back, because if we can improve upon what the senior leads have done, then great, and they will be the first to, I think, to say that. But if for some reason we can't, we've got to be able to be strong enough to reassess it and go back to it if need be. But I want to thank all the senior leads that are here today, but the ones throughout the city, and certainly the ones that I've worked with, in bringing this department and its relationship with the public to a much, much higher plane and much, much higher level than it's been in a long time. And a heartfelt thank you from the people in all of the city.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hernandez, I want to thank you too. I thank you for honoring these officers because they certainly deserve it. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Again, on behalf of the constituents, and you heard from my colleagues, we want to thank you for your work. I learned early on that it's not just what the crime statistics say, but it's how the community feels about it. And the communities you've been representing and fighting for feel a lot better simply because of the work you've been doing. Again, thank you very much.
Okay, let's call the roll.
Alatorre, Burnson, Chick, Fiergo, Enter, Goldberg, Hernandez, Holden, Miskowski, Ridley Thomas, Swarner, Schwex, Walters, Ferraro, 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Okay, I pointed out that this is a meeting of the City Council for the City of Los Angeles. The first order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
All right, Mr. Holden moves, Ms. Sikowski second. There's no objections, unanimous vote. We'll continue with the presentation. Mr. Hernandez.
Mr. President, members of the council, we've all had to stand up here and have a sad moment in our careers in regards to losing someone who we care about in terms of our staff members. And I have a very special person who will be leaving my staff. And it's not a happy moment for me, but a lot of you have talked to her. You might not have known it. I know many of my constituents have talked to her. She's probably the person more people in my district have talked to than most people know. And she's what we call our greeter, Eloise Yanis. And we call her our greeter, but she's our receptionist here at City Hall. And Eloise is kind of special because she came in as a volunteer in my first campaign for City Council. And I think she was coming in to put a day's work in, and she got hooked on campaigning, and she kept on coming in. And then she came in as a volunteer once I was elected to office and worked as helping us in the office as a receptionist. And I actually had to coax her into taking a salary, and then we started paying her. And you need to know that Eloise has just been a real special person to me, personally. I hope I still get your phone calls at all hours of the day and night, on weekends, just to encourage me to keep on doing my job, because that's one of the things that she did on an ongoing basis. She also brought some maturity to a very young staff and giving them some guidance. I think we all care a lot about her, and we're going to be missing her when she's not here every day. And I just want to read some of the whereases, Eloise, if you don't mind. Whereas after working for many years in Detroit, Eloise decided to retire in 1982 and moved to sunny Los Angeles. In the following years, her brother and her wife, Edward, his wife, and Edward and Barbara Yanis followed along with her nephew, Richard. Whereas her concern for humanity has figured prominently in the time she has spent volunteering since 1982, she has touched the lives of thousands throughout her numerous philanthropic work at senior citizen centers, mental health facilities, church, and many other needy organizations. Eloise is a very special person to us. She represented a lot of different things, and she's going to be leaving our office. And again, we just want her to understand that we really appreciated, with a lot of gratitude, her unselfish dedication, not only to me, but to our city. And my staff is joining me in wishing you a happy farewell, because you're truly a unique individual. And you'll always be remembered by me and my staff for your affection and care. Thank you, Eloise. Yeah, I need this.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure being your greeter. And I would just like to say that if I hadn't worked for such a kind, considerate gentleman, I would never have made it this far. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Okay, the next order of business, please.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Unanimous vote. Next item.
Before you begin the regular agenda, Mr. President, item number 10, the Housing Department requested to be continued to January 29th for 1 week.
There's no objection. That will be the order. We also have item 15 on Wednesday's calendar. It has to be reconsidered for a change of date. All right, Mr. Savornich moves to reconsider. Any objections to reconsideration? Item 15 on Wednesday's calendar. Seeing none, the matter before us. And would you give us a new date?
The new date for the hearing is March 31st, 99.
Okay, if there's no objections, that will be approved. Okay, the next item.
Next item, Mr. President, item number 16, Councilmember Fuhr requests to be excused request to continue item number 16 to February 23rd.
If there's no objection, unanimous vote. Next item.
Next item, items 1 through 4 are items for which public hearings have been held.
All right, there are no cards. Is there anybody in the audience want to be heard on item no 1, 2, 3, 4? Anybody in the audience? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Is there any discussion on any of these items? Special item 1, 2, 3, 4? If not, prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
Those are approved. Next item.
Items 5 through 30, items for which public hearings have not been held.
We have no cards. Anybody in the audience want to be heard on any of those items, 5 through 30? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Any specials by council members? And any specials? George, hold on a second. Any specials? Seeing none, prepare the roll on 5 through 30.
Item number 9,
With the exception of 14.
And item number 9, Mr. President, you have a request from the Housing Department to receive and file.
Yeah, okay, we'll receive and file. So prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
Those are approved.
And item number 25 was waived by the Arts, Health, and Humanities Committee.
Okay. Forthwith on 18. The next item.
Next item, Mr. President, item number 14 is a closed session. Do you want to hold that on the desk?
Yes. Yes, we'll hold that.
Also, this is the time for comments from the public on non-agenda items.
Okay, we have Leonard Rose that wants to be heard. Leonard Rose.
Hi, Leonard Rose. I'd like to make a copy for you guys about 911 and Rocky Talkie. I want to speak at the meeting to discuss 911. I'm concerned that parents and children all should know how to use 911. When I was a child, I used to have walkie-talkie to stay in touch with my parents. I think that there should be campaign to teach children how to use walkie-talkie so that they can stay in touch with their parents. If they in emergency, then parents will know where their children are, and the parents can know 911 if there's a problem. If they could have a campaign like a walkie-talkie or Rest Rock, like a one-button 911 and a Rest Rock, and that's good for a community watch and neighborhood watch, and good for parents and children to use 911, and it's good to sound them in a Radio Shack or department store, and it could help community. And might discuss this on America Most Wanted and all the news reporters. Thank you very much, and here are the copies.
Mr. President, members, President Clinton did not cheat on the First Lady.
That's a fact.
Mr. Ferraro, President Clinton cheated on Hillary Rodham.
Try to stick with items that are before the council and not the federal government.
Thank you.
I will recommend that you go to the Senate. Okay, the public, that's all the cards we have. The public hearing is closed. Anything else? Okay, then item 26E, there was an amendment, and I'm sure you all saw that, and that was, the motion was to include that amendment. So, anything else?
Motions for posting and referral.
If there's no objections, unanimous vote.
I have excuses on the desk. Councilmember Burnson requests to be excused the second Friday of each month. City business meets council policy.
Unanimous vote.
Councilmember Svornish requests to be excused Friday, February 5th to leave at 11:30, city business, and Friday, March 26th, city business meets council policy.
Unanimous vote.
And Councilmember Ridley Thomas requests to be excused Friday, January 29th, city business, and I need a motion.
Can't get a motion, I'm sorry. Okay. Mr. Wax moves, unanimous vote.
That clears the desk, Mr. President, for closed session.
Okay, we're going to go into closed session, so everybody not involved with the closed session, please leave the council chamber. Do we have any adjourning motions? Okay, the next item on the agenda.
Next item, Mr. President, motion to adopt the city attorney recommendations in the case of Pedro Espinoza versus City of Los Angeles, and the amount of the settlement is $11 million.
All right, prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
That is approved. Forthwith on that. Okay, any next item?
That clears the desk, Mr. President.
Okay, we have some adjourning motions, so will everyone please stand?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to ask that we adjourn in memory of Dedrick Hamilton, who's a friend of my Deputy Audrey King.
Mr. Wax?
Yes, I'd like the council to adjourn in the memory of Ray Bennett. He was both a municipal and Superior Court judge, and before that, he had been a member of the state legislature. He's the father of my very good friend, Sue Cambeek Tracy, and I'll give the clerk the pertinent information.
Ray Bennett, former assemblyman. Yeah, all members on that. Any others? If not, Call the roll. The council is adjourned.